Guys, welcome back to the channel, man. Today we are picking up on the EK Coupe build. So got a set of rear trailing arms for the car. That's actually disc brakes and a set of control arms. These are the front lowers that we need to get cleaned up and get painted to look a little nicer. You know, these things are a little beat. Now that I got these things for the most part all cleaned off as well as I can with it all put together, we need to take them apart. So I'm not trying to go too terribly crazy on this. I just want to get the brake caliper off. Of course, remove the rotor. Probably gonna pull the e-brake cable off of it and brake line and stuff, you know, just the little stuff to kind of get the majority of it out of the way. I'm not gonna be pulling the hub off and all that. Like, I just want to get a nice little coat of black paint over this to make it look fresh. Honestly, they cleaned up pretty well, but the factory powder coating on here is pretty beat. So we are just gonna go over it with just a quick coat of black just to make it look mint, you know? Alright, got the first one all stripped down. As you can see, once you start getting all the parts off, you know, clearly, dude, I literally just pressure washed and scrubbed the absolute hell out of this. But look at all this, it's still stuck all up in here behind that dust shield and all of that. So anyhow, I'm gonna get the second one caught up and then we can clean them again. This one already had some bolts taken out, which probably gonna have to find some bolts for that to hold the caliper bracket on. But we are removing all the brakes and brake lines and all of that off of here, and then the all the ABS stuff I'm just completely taking off. It's not gonna go back on. And then this dust shield also is gonna be taken off and it's not going back on. This one's all bent to hell and we don't need that crap. Alright, now normally to get this heat shield off of here, you gotta actually remove the hub, but we're not gonna be doing that. There are 4 number 10s that's actually bolting this thing down. You can pass an extension through these holes in the hub to get to the 10s. Uno, dos, tres, 4. And now this thing is kind of loose in there, but it will not come out because obviously the hub is in the way. So just take a pair of tin snips, and what I do is just cut it on this side twice, on the skinny side where the brake caliper would normally sit. Get all the way through. You want to cut it as wide as you can. Ta-da! Alright, and then you're just going to kind of bend this thing and pry it out of there. It makes it easy if you cut this little section right here. It lets this side kind of bend all the way out of the way so you can get this thing off. Just like that. And you just kind of twist it. Bang, bang, baby. Right down there to the trash pile. Alright, we are not done yet. So we're going to be removing these trailing arm bushings because they are completely shot. We're going to have to replace these. So right now while I'm at it, look at that. Right now while I'm at it, I'm going to go ahead and cut these things out and get them out of our way. So for the most part, I want to get this piece out So it's completely unattached from this side, which it's not supposed to be. This side is halfway cracked. So I want to cut that out, remove this, so then that gives us more room in here. And then I'm going to be using the Sawzall to cut through this metal ring right here. That metal ring has to come out. That is part of the bushing. Got this thing clamped to the table, and it's rattling everything else off the table. All right, let's get through this thing. Halfway. Holy Jesus Lord. Okay, give me that back. Yep, that went places. Thank you. Yeah, it cut through. So what it did is that circle has pressure on it, right? So whenever you cut through, as soon as it cut through, it pinched shut and grabbed my damn blade. That should be pretty close being able to come out. I'm gonna try to mess with it a little more. We obviously don't want to get into the trailing arm itself. Let's scoot you guys back just a little bit, you know, just a hair. Yeah, it ain't ready. Alright, let's try to cut it twice. If we can get like a section out, you know, then that'll allow this to kind of... Oh, yep. Doink, doink. I'd be wondering why my screwdrivers are all fucked up. Whoa! Cheese and rice. That's where my screwdriver went. You know, of all the places this thing could have flew. Well, I wouldn't say it was the first time. It's the second window I've broken since I've lived here. At least it didn't hit the camera. That was my freaking toe. You know, some guys can have glass windows in their garage, and some guys just can't have glass windows in their garage, man. I'm one of those guys that just cannot have glass windows in their garage. Come out of there. Come on, come out of there without freaking hurting me, huh? It literally has me like, why is it even glass? That should be Lexan. I'll have to make Lexan windows for that someday. I've been wanting to, honestly, do a new garage door because this one's so heavy. Anyhow, that's besides the point. I'm gonna get this glass picked up. Every time I look, I find more further away. Oh man, picking up a bunch of broken glass all over the place reminds me of this one chick. I haven't heard that one in a while. You know, I never did find that screwdriver. There it is. Hey, I missed the window and my toe that time. Alright, I got these things pressure washed again, and I skimmed over them with some 220 grit sandpaper. I had 2 pieces of sandpaper there the whole time. But before we paint these things, I'm going to be putting the new trailing arm bushings on. Dylan picked up some of these billet spherical bushings, so these should actually make a huge difference, buddy. But I've had these in the freezer now for a couple of hours through the entire duration of us working on these things. So I'm going to pull one out at a time and try to get this thing pressed in here. Okay. Something like that. All right, peep game at this, man. We got the bushing, got to set in there. I have an old spider gear. that fits over that, and then a socket that fits over that, and then sits on the spider gear. The socket by itself doesn't reach. Bang bang baby. Now hopefully I don't have this all set up way too low for the jack. I need to find something in here to space it. I think this side's gotta go up. Socket. These things all completely prepped up, and I have them hung out here in the spray booth. We're ready to spray. I've already got the paint mixed up inside of the Tealswall Pinto GT. I have literally been using this spray gun to spray absolutely everything lately. It sprays so good for being such a cheap gun. I've been putting that thing to work and not feeling guilty about it because it doesn't cost over $1,000, you know what I mean? Anyhow, also I wanted to mention I pressed those bushings in before paint, so I didn't have to beat the paint up trying to get those pressed in. But yeah, dude, these things have been sanded. I hit all the like rusty areas with some primer just to kind of soak it in. I covered the bushings on the lower control arm so we don't get those all coated with paint. And like I mentioned earlier, this stuff is just simply going black just to freshen it up and make it look nice. Alright, got these things sprayed, man. Got all the masking off. They've been drying for about an hour and a half now. Got them loaded up. Now let's head over to Dylan's house. I honestly don't even know if we're gonna be putting these on today, but taking them with just in case. Also got a box of goodies. Alright, I got 2 boxes of goodies. Look at that fluffy thing. Look at that fluffy thing. What's up, girly? What's up, girly? Oh my goodness. Look at you. Made it over to Dylan's house, and I am catching him putting on spacers. Look at him. We've been here for a minute. I told him this came out sick, dude. He got the over fenders on to do the wide body on this thing. If you guys haven't seen that yet, he's been posting some videos on his channel. I'll have a link to his YouTube channel in the description down below. But got wheels for it also, but they need a little bit more oomph to them. So he's gonna get the spacers on, see how they how they sit. Look at this damn thing, man. Guess he got a cabin harness. Yep, we get to put some more parts on this thing today, little by little. I broke a window in my garage today.
That's what I need.
Look. Oh shit. Look, exactly what I needed. Perfect. Good Lord. All right. Okay, so I probably ought to do a little bit of rattle can black in here before I put all this stuff in. I know I mentioned before that we're gonna end up overspraying this when we spray the car, but I better spray it now before we get all the parts in. We'll have to mask it off. Oh, I haven't done the brakes yet for the rear. They're pretty bad, bro. So I'm gonna have to sit there for probably a while with a wire wheel. Those things look like they came from under the seat. Bitch. The trash can's too full. I would have made it.
You want to do something fun? Put the surfing belt on.
All right, what do we got in box numero uno? Okay. Got a box in a box. Dang, look at that, buddy. Good Lord, I ain't never gotten control arms from Max before. This is the first set that I've gotten. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't stoked that they're red, but I actually liked it. It's kind of a dark red. I don't know if you guys can tell in the camera, but it's not like a bright red. It's kind of dark, like a maroon. All right, so obviously these are the rear lower control arms. Next, in this box we have the front upper control arms, and they are camber adjustable. We're not gonna be able to install these today until we get a cross member, the cross member for the front, but we got them here. We'll just keep those ones in the box and set those aside for now. Yep. Last but not least, this is the upper control arm. The camber kit for the rear. There it is. Link will be in the description down below if you guys are interested. And of course, as always, they're giving you guys a discount. Before we get too much further and get the lower control arms on, we need coilovers. You guys already know what's in this big old box. Oh, thank God. Dude, I was so worried that, because I ordered these for an EK, and I know some EKs have that weird thing on the back. Yeah, some of them have the, you know what I'm talking about, the different, it's not a fork like this. I didn't know what set I ended up getting, so. These are the best ones on the market, baby, the T7s. These are their high performance ones, so that's what we're gonna be putting on the EK, because of course this thing's a race car. It needs high performance suspension. Now Dylan's got the thing way up in the frickin' air. I gotta lower it down.
It'll be a minute.
show me doing ghetto shit?
Yeah. Ever used a tripod before?
No.
Oh my god, bro.
Yeah, his ASR brace that he threw in a scrap pile, we're reusing it. But it was a purple, faded purple. So just kind of doing a quick rattle can job on it. Marvelous. Absolutely marvelous, my friend. Wow, you know, it's actually kind of quiet in here when you turn those damn things off, you know? Every time I'm editing a video, I apologize for the noise at Dylan's house, guys. You know, I don't have the luxury of a cooler. That's the reason why you don't ever have that background noise whenever I'm recording at my house. Anyhow, look at that, dude. ASR frame came out pretty sick. If I do say so myself, we'll have to get the hardware that actually goes through there. We'll do that later. Another day. I think we're pushing past this guy's bedtime.
No, we can go for another hour.
Really?
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I knew you were kidding, mother trucker. But yeah, dude, those spherical bushings, good lord. Those definitely made it a lot more difficult to get everything. Like, the, you know, the top bolt and the bottom bolt and all the bolts. Like, those trailing arms are extremely difficult to pivot. Good lord. I bet it's going to feel amazing, though. I'd love to get a set of those on khaki. I need to plan that for sure. But check it out, dude. These things came out pretty clean. Hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? Anyhow, guys, try to get as much done as we could today. I didn't get over here till late because I had to paint all that stuff before I came. And then, yeah, we can't really do anything with the front yet because we got to get the cross member, in which Dylan is in charge of getting. When is that? Oh, is that the guy that's in like BFE? Yeah, out in, what'd you say, Kingman?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the guy that he's getting those parts from is kind of really far away. So we're working on it, man. Slowly but surely.
Well, we have to drop the engine down and the timing chain, all head studs.
Honestly, you should do that. Tomorrow, can you do it tomorrow? Or you're probably gonna be messing with your Yukon, huh?
Yeah, I'm just trying to get something going.
Yeah, if you get the timing done, maybe I can just take the engine to my house and I'll paint it there and make it look all nice. Unless you just want to do a really quick rattle can job on it. It's whatever. Either way, what do you guys think? Put it in the comments down below. Should we paint the engine? Should we take it that extra step? Or is it just get the timing done, throw it back in there and move on with our day? Get the rest of the car. We have a whole engine harness up there. We got to get routed, put the dash back in.
Yeah. All of the harnesses.
Yeah, oh yeah, the whole cabin harness. Yeah. I don't know. Another step further, you know? Progress is progress, man. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, of course, make sure you smash the like button. And if you guys haven't yet, go check this guy's channel out. He's already started on doing the wide body and everything on this FRS. Dude, he's also already gotten an engine. You remember we're asking you guys K-Series, 2J or an LS, all that kind of stuff? He already got an engine, but you're gonna have to go to his channel to figure out what it is he picked up. Dude, I'm actually excited for it. It's gonna be pretty sick, man. For me to be excited for it, they're gonna be like, it's probably an LS. But yeah, dude, this thing's gonna be getting ripped out of here soon, making room for the new power plant. He's already got the wide body going on. He's got to do some cutting and everything. But yeah, if you want to see more of that, make sure to go subscribe to his channel. Link will be in the description down below. And yeah, I'm gonna end it there. Later.